Hey everybody, it's Erin and we're going to make some Christmas cards and mass production because I got invited to do another swap and I got to get them out pretty quickly. And I'm also going to be mailing them in individual envelopes and I don't want them to be super thick. So I am going to do basically two techniques, and it's going to be the card and a sheet of paper glued on top. The first thing is I'm just going to take some white cardstock, as you see right here, and I have some paper towels I'm putting over top of that. And I'm going to take my Glitter Mist. This one is in Barn Red. And all I'm going to do is go over top and make some fun splatters. And then on top of that, I'm going to take water and really saturate it. I don't want to make it overly red, so that's why I'm adding the water. Get some good saturation with the water. And then it's pretty much, there's really not much, a whole lot that needs to be done in terms of moving the color around. And then I'm just going to leave that. And I'm going to let it air dry. I'm going to do the exact same thing with a green. And I'm also going to do it in yellow. And then I'm going to do one more because I need to make 20 cards. And this is going to cut up to make 4 cards. So I've got 5 sheets total. I only have 3 colors. So I'm going to do another one of red and another one of green. I've put the paper towel down simply because now I don't need to go through and wipe my mat down a ton as I'm doing each color. So I'm going to go in with the red again, do the same thing, then go in with the green, and then go in with the yellow, and then we'll let them all dry. All right, everybody, so I just got finished doing all the misting, and then I took all my papers and I cut them down. I'm going to show you really quickly how to cut them down to fit on an A2 size envelope. So we did 5 sheets together, and what you basically have, and I already pre-cut this a while ago because I've been letting these dry. I kind of pushed it off to the side, and it's been about 5 days since I misted them, and I just got to cutting it one night and it was too dark to video. So when you have a sheet of paper like this, my card, and here's an A2 size card. An A2 size card measures, and heads up on how you get an A2 size card. Sorry, I keep on diverting all this. When you have an 8.5, 11 sheet of paper, it is 11 inches. You take it to the 5-inch mark, 5.5, because that's exactly half, and you slice it in half. That's what this is right here. You can kind of see right there. And then all you do is fold it in half, and that's an A2 size. So one side is going to be 5.5 inches, and the other side is 4 1/4. All right? Because when you open this up this way, this is an 8.5, but when you fold it, it becomes 4 1/4. But I don't want to have my paper, my misted paper, cover up the whole thing. I want it to be smaller. I want it to be like the white paper is basically matting, as you can see right here, my misted paper. So it creates a very big definition. And I wanted it quite smaller. I didn't want to have it tiny, but I didn't want to have it going all the way to the edge. So I've cut all of these guys to be, and I just went down in measurement. This was 5, so instead of 5.5, it's 5. So it's a 1/2 inch shorter. So this one ends up being 3 3/4 because it was 4 1/4, and I got to go down a 1/2 inch. That's 3 3/4. So how I did that to make sure I didn't screw up, because the first one, of course, I screwed up, is I took my paper and I went to 5, and I cut a 5. And then once I had that, I cut a second 5. So I had a little bit of strip of paper, but then I had 2 5-inchers. So I'm just going to do that so you guys can see. So I went to 5 real fast. Then I flipped, and I knew it was going to be 3 3/4. So I went to 3 3/4. Cut, boom, 3 3/4, boom, and then you have your other 5. You cut this down to 5 inches again, and then you cut down your 2 pieces, and you end up with 4 sheets with a little bit of extra. So this is my little bit of extra. You get a little tiny piece like this, and you get a long strip like this in all the colors. I screwed up the first one and didn't cut it the right way, and I ended up with this, and I only ended up getting 3 little pieces that are going to be on top of my card. So I shortchanged myself, but I can't get another square out of that or another rectangle because of the way I cut it. Now, I have a use for that in a minute, so I was kind of happy I did it, but I really wanted to get more backgrounds, therefore I could make more cards. And since I'm doing this, I'm going to go ahead and cut this, give myself one more card, because this is an A2 size card since I've already chopped it all up. Might as well. because I've got my stash of cards that I've already pre-folded. So I went and did a whole bunch of cutting to make my cards. I cut all my stuff, and now we're going to stamp. This could not be simpler. I found a really cool stamp. This is one that says Merry Christmas, and it's a deer, and it's got all these swirly antlers. And because it's so intricate, you really don't want to do a whole lot else to it. This came from British Monroe, and I'm just going to use an ink. And I've pulled out, and I'm just going to do a couple with you. I'm going to do one of each color. It is so simple. I made myself an assembly line, and it took 5 minutes. Once I got my paper trimmed, I got my stamp on here. The stamping part goes lickety-split. So super fast. So I am just going to take my stamp, and I usually take my ink to my stamp, but I'm trying to make this super fast. Take my paper, go in the middle, make sure my stamp block is going straight, come in, lift up, boom, done. Pull my next paper over, go down my stamp block, just like this, come in, stamp center. Now, if you've got one of those stamp positionable things, then you don't need to do it like this, but I don't own one. You know, it's on my wish list, but it's expensive, and I don't have the money to spend on something like that. There's other things in my priority. When a manual stamp will get the job done is how I look at it. So don't feel like you have to get the latest gadget and gizmo that's out there. Sometimes going old-fashioned is just absolutely fine. And this isn't taking that long. And I don't do a lot of those stamps where it's layers of stamps, but doing mass production like this would have been kind of helpful. Look how easy that was. Super fast. Dun, 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 dun. Super easy. Now, if you want to, I completely folded that stupid. Look at that. It's all wonky. If you want to get out a bone folder, I am just a proponent of doing this half. And truly, we are like a week away from Christmas, and I'm still trying to get Christmas cards out because a friend of mine decided that she wanted to do a Christmas card swap, and I was like, yeah, that sounds like fun. I want Christmas cards. But then I didn't really think about the fact I had to make them. And she said we could go out and buy them. We didn't have to make the cards, but I have a hard time buying something when the stuff is sitting in front of me and it's just a little bit of elbow grease. And that's just me. All right, taking my Xyron. Gonna put a little strip down here. And if you notice, I inked it, and then boom, right in the middle. Done. All I'm going to do now is I'm going to come into my card. And simple as that. It's just a sweet little card that we're going to send off to a bunch of people. And since I had this already going, I decided that I was going to do a couple of extra cards because I did make a present for my kids' teachers, but I didn't make a card to go with it. And one actually went with my son this morning because his teacher's going to England and she's leaving a little bit early. So we need to get her present to her before school was out, which we were going like down to the wire. The kids are going all the way up until like the 22nd this year. It's really weird. Anyway, it's just the way the week broke down, and they're still getting out on a Thursday. So I'm going to keep on doing this. I may ink some, I may not. I kind of like, I'm going to do one where it's not inked just so you can see the difference. And, I mean, seriously, your Xyron Mega Runner makes life super simple. Come in and done. So, oops, I did that crooked. That will bug me if I leave that the way it is. All right, that's straight. It looks funny because it's so simplistic. If you mess up in terms of the straightness of it, it's going to look bad. That, to me, it does anyway. All right, so there it is. Do you like it inked? Do you like it plain? I think it looks good both ways. Just for, because I got to do this many cards. I mean, this is how fast, this is how many stamps I did. Look at that. And it looks really pretty on the yellow. It looks really pretty on the green. It looks really pretty on the red. It definitely has a very Christmassy feel, no matter which color I used. And then it kind of also changed it up for me because it wasn't exactly the same, because I'm changing the colors up, which I think is kind of fun. If you did not have white, you could do this on black. You could do this on craft. You could do this on ivory. I think the base of the card would look pretty no matter what base you used because the colors would work well for anything. And those are such neutral colors. Okay, giveaway. So as always, whenever I'm being crafty, and today this is my crafty thing, I'm going to create something that's actually going to go into my December daily to do something since I have the supplies out. And I have some extra supplies, you think? I keep a little envelope. This is the size of the envelope. This is just a white version of the craft that is in my my book. And don't forget, if you leave a comment and subscribe to my channel on any of the videos that have to do with my December daily, and since I'm creating something to go into my December daily, then it is a chance to win some amazing Xyron stuff. This is one of the Xyron things. I mean, there's 3 winners. The big prize, the grand prize, is the Creative Station Light, which you see up here. But I also have 2 other winners. So I'm trying to talk while I do stuff. I will also have 2 other winners that are going to be eligible to win some other fun Xyron goodies. I got some cool stuff from Xyron. All right. I like the fact it's kind of sitting up. So this is going to be the base that I'm working with. So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with the strips. I might use the strips for something. I've got enough of them for the front cover. Maybe, I don't know, just playing with the idea of what I've got strips so I can play. But I'm just going to do the simple stamp on the green. I think it's going to fit. I think it'll fit just beautifully on here. So I'm just going to line this up as best as I can. It might come a little bit off, but it should fit on there just right. There we go. So there, just fit perfectly. And this will still fit in my little envelope. You get a little something kind of popping up. And it's a reminder of the quick Christmas cards that I made. So again, don't forget to leave a comment and subscribe to my channel for a chance to win all the amazing stuff from Xyron. Come back on Sunday where you're going to see me put together the entire week. So it's starting on Monday and the 18th, I believe that day is. And it's going all the way until the Sunday, which is the 24th, the day before Christmas. So make sure you come back. It's all fun crafty things I've done, stuff with the family that we've done. It's just my version of my December daily that works for me. So everybody gets to do their own thing. Thanks so much for subscribing. I'm going to keep on making some more cards, getting the rest of these done, getting them handwritten inside. I need to do that one as well, and get them sent off in the mail. So thanks so much. Please subscribe. Bye-bye.